Call it obsession, call it madness. I call it love. The kind that never lets go. The kind that doesn't ask for permission, doesn't wait for the right time. It crashes in like a storm, tears through the quiet parts of me, and plants you there, right in the middle of my chaos, right in the silence between my heartbeats. It's not soft. It's not patient. It's not the kind of love that plays by the rules. It claws. It burns. It haunts. And yet, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because it's you. And if loving you makes me insane, then let me lose my mind 1,000 times over. As long as it's for you. Call it obsession. Call it madness. Say I've lost control. Say I've gone too far. But don't you dare say it's not love. Because this is the only thing in me that's ever felt real. This isn't just love. It's the air I breathe with your name in it. It's the silence, in my nights, that echoes your voice. It's the madness that keeps me alive. You can run. You can hide behind silence, behind pride, behind fear. But you will never outrun this feeling. Because it's not just in me anymore. It's in the things we never said, in the places we never went. In every heartbeat I gave up just thinking of you. I see you, even when you're not looking. I feel you, even when you're miles away. You've haunted my every dream, not like a ghost, but like a wildfire. Something that leaves me burning and begging to burn again. You don't understand what you've done to me. You've rewired my soul. You took something soft in me and made it addicted. Made it desperate, not just to have you, but to belong to you. I know what people say. They say this isn't healthy. They say obsession is dangerous. But let me tell you something. If this is wrong, if loving you this much is dangerous, then I'll take the fall. I'll crash 1,000 times over. As long as I crash into you. Because it's not just about being with you. It's about knowing there's no one else who could ever take your place. It's about understanding that I was built to love you. Like my soul was stitched with your name in every thread. I wasn't made for anyone else. You say I should move on. You tell me to forget you. How do I forget the one who taught me how to feel? How do I unlearn your voice, your eyes, the way your touch made the world stop? Tell me how, and I'll do it. But you can't. Because deep down, you feel it too. You may pretend better than I do. You may hold back and walk away. But your silence is louder than any scream. And in that silence, I hear it. That quiet plea that says, don't give up on me. I won't. I never have. Because love like this doesn't fade. It doesn't vanish because time passes. It waits. It lingers. It aches. And it never lets go. I know I sound crazy. I know I sound like someone drowning. And maybe I am. Maybe I've drowned in you so deeply that I've forgotten what it feels like to breathe without your memory choking me. But even drowning in your name feels better than living in a world where you're not mine. So go ahead. Call it obsession. Call it madness. Call it everything you fear and don't understand. But I'll still call it love. The kind that doesn't leave. The kind that doesn't get tired. The kind that walks through fire barefoot just to stand near you. The kind that survives, even when everything else falls apart. And maybe I'll never hold you again. Maybe I'll never kiss that stubborn mouth of yours. Or hear you whisper my name the way only you can. But I'll wait. God, I'll wait for a lifetime if I have to. Because my heart doesn't recognize anyone else. It just beats your name like a prayer I'll never stop repeating. So if I have to be the madman who waits in the shadows of your memory, if I have to be the ghost in your thoughts, the ache behind every smile you fake, then so be it, because I'd rather be haunted by your absence than touched by someone else's presence. I'd rather suffer in love with you than live in peace without you. And you'll never forget me, even when you try, because no one else will ever love you like this. No one else will ever bleed love the way I bled for you. So run, hide, lie to the world, lie to yourself, but don't lie to me, because I know, even if you don't say it, even if you bury it deep, you feel it too. And that's what makes this real. So go ahead, turn your back, walk away like it doesn't destroy something inside you too. But even as you leave, I know, there's a part of you screaming, stay. A part of you still reaching for me in the dark. Even if your hands pretend to forget what it felt like to hold me. Do you think I don't notice? The way your eyes avoid mine, if we pass by. As if avoiding me will erase what we had. As if your heart can be tricked. But it can't. Because love like ours doesn't vanish. It buries itself in the bones. You might not speak my name. But you, breathe, me in every quiet moment. In the spaces between conversations. In the shadows of every laugh. I am the silence that follows you around like a ghost. And maybe you don't want this kind of love anymore. Maybe it terrifies you. Maybe it asks too much. Maybe it burns too hot. But I won't apologize for the fire. Because real love? It consumes. It doesn't show up halfway. It doesn't knock politely. It breaks the door down and says, I'm here. I'm staying. No matter how long it takes. That's me. I'm not going anywhere. Even if I'm out of sight. I'm not out of love. Even if you erase every trace of me. You'll never undo the way I made you feel. Because I touched something in you no one else could reach. The version of you that you hide from the world. The one full of fear, of fire, of hunger. I saw her. I loved her. I still love her. And I know what you're thinking. That maybe someday I'll move on. That maybe someone else will distract me, replace you, help me forget. But no. Don't flatter yourself. It's not because you're perfect. It's because what we had was real. So real it ruined me for anything else. You were chaos and peace. You were the calm in my storm and the storm in my calm. You were both the reason I breathed and the reason I couldn't. Do you remember that night? The one where we didn't say a word. Just sat in silence, your head on my chest. That silence said everything. It was the only time I felt like the world made sense. And now, every second, without you feels like that moment in reverse. Noise, confusion, emptiness. Like I'm walking through a world built for someone else. You took the color with you when you left. Everything's been grayscale since. And I've tried I've tried to paint it back. To smile, to laugh, to pretend, but it's all an act. Because the truth is, I only ever wanted you. Not just your smile, not just your body, not just the good days. I wanted your worst too. Your storms, your wounds, your fears. I wanted to love you through it all. But you didn't let me. You ran. And you expected me to forget. But how do I forget the one thing that felt like home? I don't care if I sound broken. Because I am broken. But I'm broken because I felt something true. Something most people go their whole lives without ever touching. And maybe you'll marry someone else. Maybe you'll smile for photos, wear a white dress, and say, I do. But deep down, you'll remember the way I looked at you like you were both the sin and the salvation. Like you were the beginning and the end. Because I didn't love you casually. I loved you like a man possessed. Like someone who saw the whole universe inside one person, and decided that was enough. So again, call it obsession, call it madness, but don't ever call it fake. Because this was the truest thing I've ever known. And even if you never come back, even if your name becomes just another ache in my chest, even if I die with your ghost beside me, I'll still say it proudly. I loved you. I love you. And I'll never stop. Not in this life. Not in the next. Not ever. You know what the worst part is? It's not the silence. It's not the distance. It's not even watching you pretend like I never mattered. It's knowing that somewhere in the middle of all this, you loved me too. And that terrifies you more than anything else ever could. Because what we had wasn't built for safety. It wasn't calm. It was a wildfire. And people don't walk away from wildfires untouched. They burn. They blister. They remember. You will remember me. Not because I chased you. Not because I waited. But because you've never been seen the way I saw you. I looked at you like you were the last light left in a world full of shadows. I worshiped the cracks in you. The broken, twisted, furious, scared parts. I didn't just love the version of you that smiled in the sunlight. I loved the version that cried alone in the dark and didn't know how to ask for help. And I would have stayed. Through all of it. I would have fought every damn demon beside you. Or against you if I had to, just to keep you alive. But you didn't let me. And I keep asking myself why. Why would someone run from the kind of love that would bleed for them? Why walk away from the one person who would choose them again and again, even after being torn apart? And maybe it's because you didn't think you deserved it. Maybe it's because the world taught you that love is temporary. That people leave when things get messy. But I wasn't going to leave. You were it for me. You still are. And even now, even after all this pain, even after nights where I couldn't breathe, where I screamed your name into the silence just hoping the wind would carry it to you, I still wouldn't undo a single moment. Because for a little while, you were mine. You were in my arms. You were in my world. And for those moments, I knew what heaven tasted like. And if all I get now is memory, then I'll hold it like a relic.